Hi, this is Raj. It's been some time, so let's get straight to it without wasting any of your time. Uh, I am kind of bored, so I thought I should get into OS dev because like everything just seems too easy. And this I was on this for a while. I was on this for a while. It's been on my mind for a bunch of months now. Uh, of course, I visited overstuff.org, the wiki and everything, but then I never got around to it because yeah, like a whole bunch of things happened in the life. I I had to get surgery, so I couldn't type for a while. My shoulder was like dislocated and stuff, so I had to get an arthroscopy, so couldn't write for a while. Uh, different professional requirements and like a whole bunch of other stuff. Couldn't really actually get started with this. Now I'm sort of in a more I don't know. I would say it's more of a stabilized phase of my life. So I thought I could pick this up again. The last time I picked it up, I was thinking of I started off, of course, like reading the wiki and stuff. Uh, but yeah, couldn't get around to like writing some code and like getting to things. Uh, mostly because I guess there was no accountability. But this time I am thinking let's actually do it. I mean, I also needed a formidable project, I would say, because like most of the stuff that the projects that like you can get into today, like, right now as a software engineer, to level up as a software engineer, uh, you know that with an LLM or like a tooling or something, if you like read up a little, you would be able to pull it off. But then this stuff, like writing your own operating system right now, is just something that does not I do not feel like that yet about this. Like, can I pull this off with an LLM? Uh, of course, I don't plan on using an LLM all the way. The main reason I'm choosing this as a hobby is so that I have an opportunity to not use LLMs in some cases, so that I can actually code. I mean, coding, programming is becoming more of a luxury these days. I mean, because a usual software engineering job, like most parts of it, uh, have been yeah, can be tended to with a good tooling, with good tooling and stuff. So we'll get to that. But yeah, I mean, I would rather than being bored, I would rather have something like, I don't know, pull out my hair or something. I would rather have problems that are like, I don't know, lead me to go crazy or insane. That is the goal. So operating systems dev. Uh, of course, I have some basic knowledge of stuff. I have bachelor's in computer science. So I got a small leg up in terms of virtualization and like uh, how machines work. So I got a minor head start there, but then there's still a whole lot way to go. Uh, yeah, so that's mostly the why of it. As like just like to summarize, I'm just bored. How do I plan on doing this? Is I plan on probably having vlogs. So it's not going to be structured. Uh, it's going to be like work logs or journals that I version control on a repository on GitHub. So I will put that link in the description, and these will mostly be sort of update style videos. What I learn, what I do, charting out the whole landscape when I go through this whole stuff thing. So it's mostly yeah, just it's actually I in opinions wise, it's actually feeling like an open world RPG. So I mean, yeah, it sounds kind of a fun hobby. I mean, it's really unstructured. I do not know where to start, and it's like kind of overwhelming right now. So I, of course, you go through the wiki, the wisdom wiki. Hold on. So I have it open right here. There is a getting started. There is a getting started that you should view. That actively discourages you. Why is it taking that long? I do not know why is it taking that long. Did not completely load. Okay, let's go for dark mode. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So yes, operating systems, they actively discourage you from getting into it before you have I don't know, a certain mindset to get into it. So it's like I'm definitely not as patient as they require you to be. Like instant gratification is a thing that I'm like, yeah, I'm like kind of I don't know, hooked on. So yeah, I probably need this to mature the software engineer. Right now I feel like I'm like, I don't know, and I don't feel competent as for. But then if someone can say that they've written an operating system, I don't think like I'll be able to like doubt myself again that I'm not competent enough. So yeah, if I can write an operating system, I will feel competent. It's like one of those fundamental questions in life. Like what does it feel like to be competent? I think this is like a step in that direction. Like what does it feel like to be competent? So yeah, that's mostly it. All the other things out there, like whatever projects you can like think of right now, I mean, I feel I one could easily pull that off with an LLM. Of course, with Gen AI and stuff, like the extent of how much you can implement in a project has, uh, like the extent of complexity that you could handle has increased. But this right now comes to my mind, like that is kind of the most complex thing right now that I could actually get into, where an LM is not really helping me in terms of like how do I start, like whatever. It's probably just going to be gibberish if I ask like write an operating system for me. So that's fun. Of course, I can use it in like smaller places, but then like charting it all out and like it of course accelerates the process. Uh, but yeah, I still feel kind of good enough that it actually excites me rather than my usual stuff that I do on my systems on my computers. Like yeah, this stuff actually excites me. Like this I can't even yet like differentiate between what's noise and what's signal when it comes to the sources. Uh, this will also give me an opportunity to like read a whole bunch of textbooks. I have been unable to read a lot recently, and I like reading textbooks, so that's like a nice thing. I want to like yeah, I would like to like start reading textbooks again. Plus, I like old stuff. I mean, I'm like an old soul like that. I like stuff from I don't know, the older stuff. So tooling wise, anything that is needed along the way, we will accumulate that and get into it. But of course, the primary stuff is Emacs. Emacs is something that I regularly talk about on the channel. So yeah, Emacs is like somewhere where I do a whole bunch of stuff. I'll program in Emacs. I'll take my notes in Emacs. I'll maintain the work logs, journals in Emacs. uh, all of these logs, these journals, these video essays will also be backed up as outlines in Emacs. So it's more of a lot of the orchestration and like a lot of the heavy work is going to be done in Emacs. Emacs will also be my LLM client, so a lot of questions that I have in the middle of stuff will also be handled in Emacs itself. I probably need to check my internet connection. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of stuff will be done in Emacs. There's a couple of ways I use an LM client right now. There's one is like a GPT-EL, and like other is Max. So I will link all of the tooling links in the description. I do not plan. Yeah. So with the Ada Max, I will usually code a lot and I will design here and there. Uh, and with GPTL, I have like probably one-off questions in my Doom Scratch buffers. So, oh yeah. So that's mostly it. Uh, yeah, in my Doom Scratch buffers. So Emacs is going to be the primary workhorse, and like when it comes to compiling and stuff, I will use Tmux. So Tmux is something that I've been using for a while again. So it's like a basic new Linux environment. I'm using OpenSUSE. Tumbleweed. There is the summary of what I'm on. I'm on KDE. I'm on KDE. This is Tmux. I will also be using Vim for one-off edits here and there. I will need a whole bunch of other tooling as well, like when it comes to testing and stuff, but then that keeps on happening. I mean, it feels kind of a nice project right now. I mean, I will learn a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of tooling, utilities, a whole bunch of philosophies of how stuff is actually designed. So I use a lot of stuff right now in a very unaware manner. Unaware in the sense like I'm kind of ignorant of it. So just like for example, I've got a bunch of daemons running here. So system CTL. So system CTL is sort of the daemon manager. Yeah, see how I'm talking about, like it's not just a daemon manager, it's like something like much more than that. But then I do not quite know what it is like exactly. So I will get to understand stuff like that. So documenting all of these things is going to be fun. I am a user of these right now. So for example, what you see to the left is just an alias that mod is my Emacs service daemon. So these are the logs for my Emacs daemon, like was the startup and stuff. It's just a basic alias. Yeah, it's a journal CTL of whatever. Yeah, it's a user daemon, and I'm just picking up the logs from journal CTL. So system CTL stuff like this. I do not know. I am a user of these. I'm a user of these as commands, but I do not know what they are. That feels off. So let's get my logs back. Yeah. Am I in VI in there? Hold on. Why am I seeing a top? I think I'm in Vim in there. Yeah, damn it. I was in VI in there. I was using the VI terminal out there. So that's kind of sad. That's what's confusing. Like I have a whole bunch of terminal multiplexers now. I use it in Tmux as well as in VI. I use the terminal in VI as well. So there's one, there's that. Yeah. So you're not supposed to use that in Tmux because like that's odd. So yeah. These are the primary drivers. Of course, like we browse in Firefox. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we do in Firefox. There's a lot of resources to go through. I do not know where to start. In the resources, books on OS development. If you just go to that page itself, it's like there's a whole bunch of stuff to get into. Again, we would go for dark mode. Okay, why you saw me sort of like move my hand? I don't know if you saw it or not. But then I had a cup of coffee in my hand and like, whatever I'm using, VimC sort of asked me for like default for like the dark mode. It asked me to like press S and K. S is on my left split keyboard and K is on my right split keyboard. And because I had a cup of coffee in my hand, I had to like move my hand pretty far out there. That's why that was too slow. Yeah. So so there's a whole bunch of books that I'll get to read. So that is awesome too. I mean, I was in need of a long-term meaningful thing to get into. That'll like, I don't know, drive my learning. So far, okay, this rather than just being more of a YouTube thing to do it for YouTube. This is more of a me thing that I'll get to learn a whole bunch of stuff in a more meaningful manner. Creating videos on Emacs is like, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm running out of things to say. It is of course like I want to like show Emacs in action. I do not want to like just like show Emacs as I don't know, just like in like I don't know in a glass case. I want to take it out for a ride. So I have been unable to do that for quite a while on this channel. So I mean I hope to accomplish that with this. We'll probably also get to write a whole bunch of C and assembly. So I will C is the first language that I learned. Yeah, C is the first language that I'm like explicitly learned in terms of like getting into programming. So it feels like getting back to the roots. So that's nice. Assembly is like, yeah, will help me be aware of like what actually is happening everywhere. I mean, okay, I am of course a Lisp guy, but then yeah, it's like too many abstractions. It's not real. It's like imaginary, I would say. That's like a really blanket statement and like really crude statement. But yeah, I mean, of course, I embrace both ways of thinking. So I mean, I of course know like the Lisp way of thinking. I've been talking about Lisp for a while on this channel, but I would also like to get low, kind of low level. Of course, like I mean, probably could write. End of the day, we were still programming in abstract syntax trees, so it's still a Lisp. But then right now, we just like being really explicit with how we like get into the abstract syntax tree, and probably will not have the complete power of a Lisp like right away, but then we could write a Lisp interpreter to yeah, I mean to do our own stuff. So I don't know how this ends. I don't know where we go. So let's see. I mean, I probably am thinking of having these sort of journals, like a post-apocalyptic style update. I mean, yeah, you probably like if you played Last of Us or like Last of Us 2 somewhere, like you're traveling around like with as Ellie or Joel, and like you see a dead man, a dead skeleton, like with a journal on them, and like there's this journal entries. Probably 500 or 600 years down the line, these could serve like that for people who get into OS dev again. So like, how do you start from scratch without any like with an open mind? Like I don't know. How do you get into it? I do not know if like 500 or 600 years down the line, people will still feel the same about writing an operating system. I do not know about that. Probably there will be bigger things to orchestrate. Yeah, but then it does sound fun. This does sound fun. I'll get to learn a whole bunch about the fundamentals of compute, storage, network. I mean, of course, I could get into like a whole bunch of also have a minor in artificial intelligence. So like we could probably inject a whole bunch of traditional machine learning and like models and stuff here and there. Optimization, like code optimization, seems like a place we could do it, or like scheduling is a place where we could do it. I don't know. Right now, how I say things, they do feel like it's like hand wavish and stuff, right? So I want to stop feeling like that. I want to stop feeling like a hand wavish software engineer. I feel that is what AI is doing to a lot of us. Of course, it makes us more capable, but then there is a lot of hand waving that happens. So I mean, I would like to be aware of like what happens. I mean, I would, of course, hand waving is part of being a Bit-Mage, but then I really want to be aware of like what really is happening. So that is mostly the greatest incentive, like the most core incentive of like why I'm getting into this. I mean, yeah, frequency wise, like how often I have these video essays. This will sort of be a sort of a continuous podcast. So it's going to be like 1+ videos a week. Every Saturday. Right now it's like a Saturday afternoon, so every Saturday you can expect a video. But other than that, if I like probably find something important, or like I hit a checkpoint or a milestone, if I want to document something pretty quickly, like these ones like can be fairly short as well. Like these can be long rambles depending on like what I'm talking about, or they can be yeah, I don't know, minor updates, like probably a minute or two. So I am going for like micro video essays on my blog. I already do a whole bunch of micro essays, and they have been my favorite form of documentation, or favorite form of like logging my own journey. I do not like longer posts or videos. I have been doing longer videos here. I know it's more of a ramble, but then there's the iteration like feedback loop is like too large for that. I have to like wait to accumulate stuff that is worth 20 minutes of rambles. I mean, if I want to ramble for like 2 or 3 minutes, it makes it easier for me to like actually like kick off the loop of interaction with you guys. I mean, my audience is like pretty mature. I go through my demographic, and like it's mostly older people. I'm 25, and like it's like what majority of my audience is like in their 30s and 40s. Yeah, so it's like mostly senior software engineers and like people who are in the industry for a long while. So you guys, of course, will have a lot of things to say about like what I'm getting into. So yeah, would like to shorten that loop as well. And I think that's mostly it. This also sounds like a hack for content creation. So I have been sort of short of ideas as to like what I should do. I mean, I do not want to be that one trick pony that does just like Vim and Emacs and like Linux and like just like rises Linux. Of course, there's a whole bunch of stuff to like discuss in there. I wouldn't say that's like being a one trick pony. That's like the wrong word for it. It's like I do not want to be the glass case man. I do not want to just like talk about tooling in terms of like, I don't know, in glass cases, but then I want to take them out for a ride. So I understand the importance of both. I will of course continue doing that too. So there will of course be rambles like that, where I actually like talk about the tooling and showcase that. But then I also want an application where I could actually implement that. So there's a whole bunch of, for a while, it's been 2 or 3 months since I last posted. For a while I've been like at like a I've been a mess of ideas. There's a whole bunch that goes on in my mind of like what I can talk about in here. But then it always feels like I'm like forcing a use case. I do not want to do that. This OS dev is where I will not have to force a use case ever. I will get to talk about tooling that I did not even know of. And yeah, I will actually get to see why tooling exists. Rather than having to cook up use cases for a certain tooling, I will get to weigh in different toolings for a very real use case. So that is sort of a mindset shift that I'm going for on this channel. And of course, like the full stack of computer science is what I'm really gearing for. It sounds ambitious, but then yeah, I have a lot of time. I'm like 25. I have a lot of time. It's not like I hate computer science or like I hate engineering. I like software engineering. It's like a nice hobby for me. So it's rather than scaring me of like I have to learn everything. How it feels like I get to learn everything. So that's nice. Yeah. So this is basically just a Git repository. I will drop the link in the description. It's live now. Yeah, that's just pushed. So I just started it like what 16 hours ago, like yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I thought yesterday I will get into this. So yeah, there's that. When did I start this? It's like evening. Yeah. So it's a Git repository. I will drop all the links in the descriptions without wasting any of your time now. I'll drop off. Have a good one. This was Raj. Hope to see you soon, regularly henceforth. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. So hope you feel the same.